Hi guys, Shanna Hunter here. I am coming from my car again. Yes, this is my home away from home, my home away from kids. So, I thought I'd come on here today and kind of just tell you my story so that you guys can see that I came from a place of definitely not a sales background. Definitely never thought I'd be here today. And I think that I can start off by going back to a time when I was in nursing school. And so the reason why I went to nursing school was because I was getting a divorce and I had two small children. And I was working in the hotel industry. I was a front desk supervisor. And I wasn't making a lot of money. And I knew that in order for me to keep going with my kids, that I needed to provide something for them that was stable. And so I went back to nursing school. Well, around that same time, my mom and family had all decided to move back to New Jersey. So I was in Florida by myself and I had no family and I was going through a divorce. And I was in full-time classes, hardcore, went straight through the summer, everything, because in my mind, if I was going to do this for my kids, especially when I was going through a divorce and knew that I was going to be the only income, I was going to get this done. And so it was hard. It was really, really tough. There was a time that I actually had to rent out a room from one of the girls that I went to nursing school with because I just had no money and no help. And I knew I couldn't stop. I had to continue this. And it was tough. And all of that stress and emotions and financial troubles and everything that I went through during that time, when I graduated, made it even 10 times better because I just said to myself, wow, like how empowering this feels to know that I did struggle and I did go through so much, but still was able to do it. I graduated, right along with the rest of my class, and, it felt amazing. And I started right off in the ER. So I was an ER RN, had no experience at all. And I've been doing that for the past 11 years. But at one point in my career, we wound up moving back to New Jersey. And I worked in the ER in New Jersey for about 3 years. And my husband hated New Jersey. He's a Florida boy. And he loves the Florida weather, and he was just getting really depressed, and we wound up going back to Florida because of it. And he got his job transferred from the job that he had in New Jersey to Florida. So it kind of worked out, and we wound up moving back to Florida. And within a month of us being there, he calls me one day, and I'm thinking this guy is like very, very funny, because he tells me, babe, I have something to tell you. They laid off a bunch of people at my job, and I was one of them. And I'm like, shut up. They did not lay you off. Like, my husband was in the military, and so he had this job from even before he left for the military, and he came back to it, and his mother worked there and everything. And I'm like, stop doing that. That's not even funny. And he's like, babe, I'm not joking. I'm really not joking. So I had to take all that in, and I said, I'm just going to start working overnight because that'll make up for the difference that his income was bringing in. And so I took an overnight weekend option instead of working my normal 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. shifts, so that I can make up for the money that was lost in the home. And I got burnt out. It was 2.5 years of working overtime, working crazy hours, never seeing the kids. They would say, mommy always sleeps. And that's because mommy was sleeping while they were awake. And I would go right back to work. So it just was crazy. It was a hard time. And I said, I just can't do this anymore. I really just can't. So we wound up moving back to New Jersey, and his job became available in the same company again in New Jersey. So I took that as a sign. So we moved back. And again, it was just a struggle because it was literally us sitting there trying to catch up. We were always trying to play catch up. It was just paycheck to paycheck, paying off bills. During the time that he had lost his job, we had a repo. Our car got repoed. We had bills just piling up above my eyeballs that I'm sitting here thinking, I went to school. I struggled. I thought that this was going to be the answer to everything because, you know, you always think, okay, it's going to be a stable job. I'm going to have these paychecks coming in. I'm going to make good money. But no, we were struggling. We were struggling to pay all of our bills. We were living paycheck to paycheck. Not even. There was times that we were like in the negative. And I'm like, what happened? You know, what is going on here? Like, I thought that all of that struggle was going to be for me to be on top, not for me to keep struggling. And so, sorry, it gets emotional when you think about it. So, I started looking into other things, and I said, maybe, like, I see all these posts about these people who are working from home and they're doing these like direct sales business. And then I'm like, who am I kidding? How am I going to sell something? I've never sold anything in my life. I'm a nurse, you know? And so, you know, I just kept watching it. And then I said, you know what? Hey, like, I'm just going to try this crap. Like, if it gives me even a couple extra $100 a month that I could put into the kids' activities, because I was constantly telling them no. And I thought to myself, I spent so much money. I'm sitting here paying on student loans, and I'm still telling my children no. I'm telling them I can't put them in karate. I can't put them in these extracurriculars because not only am I not going to be there because I'm working 24/7 and crazy hours at that, but I just don't have the money. I still just don't have the money after working so many hours. So I finally just reached out and said, I'm going to try one of these direct sales companies. And I did. And you know what? I did it for about 1.5 to 2 years. And I wound up leaving that company. But I will tell you, it was the start of me being able to cut back on my hours. We took vacations. I was so sick of sitting there watching people just like post about all their vacations that they were going on and how, you know, they were able to afford to put their kids in this and go take their kids to Disney and do this. And I'm just like, we can't do any of that. And yet I'm working my butt off, you know? And so working that first direct sales company actually made us able to finally take our kids on a trip back to Florida. We were finally, I think we went on our first kind of our honeymoon because we didn't before because we couldn't afford it. So, you know, we were able to actually do things because I started this direct sales company. And I kind of realized to myself that that was my answer to give me some freedom of time. I can work when I wanted to. I was able to finally put my kids into activities that they wanted, and I could finally say yes to them. And while that first company didn't work out for me, it wasn't exactly my perfect choice. I learned so much, and I took that with me. Okay. And I feel like it was meant to be. It was for a reason that I kind of looked in other areas to make more income, because I was able to cut back at work. This year was my first year that I didn't work Christmas. My kids were so excited that I was going to be home on Christmas. It was like, I was excited that I was going to be home on Christmas. This year was the first year that I was able to go to all of Ashlyn's cheer practices and see her games. And it meant a lot to me because there was times that I would take my daughter to her cheer practice, or sorry, actually it was dance practice back then when I was working full time, and the moms didn't even know me. They were just like I never was able to take her. My husband always had to take her. So they didn't even know who I was. And how sad is that? How sad is that, you never ever get to be that parent that can take them and, share the joy, see how excited they are in their class and how much progress they're making. I never got to see that. And so doing a direct sales company, guys, you don't have to be a salesperson. It gives you the freedom to be able to work your hours that you need to. If you have a family event or something going on, you're able to do that. You're able to decide, I'm going to be off that day. I'm not going to work that day. And when you are working, you can do it all from home, from your phone. And so, these companies have helped me in such a way that I could have never ever thought that would happen. Last year we went to Jamaica. We went to Mexico. We went to California. We went to Florida. I am now completely out of debt besides my student loans. So I've paid off all of my debt, all of my hubby's debt. We're finally able to qualify for a home. As soon as we decide that we want to find our perfect place, or we may stay in the place that we're at and actually build on. But this is something that we can make that decision if we wanted to. It has completely changed our lives because we're now able to have control. And that's what I think I was lacking. I was lacking so much of that feeling of, wow, I just can't. I'm sorry. I can't make it to that family reunion. I can't make it to that game, that recital. Nothing I can do about it. I just had to keep working and working and feeling like I was getting nowhere. So now with Amelia James, I'm able to do that. I'm able to say, this actually just happened, where Christmas, we were so tight. And I'm like, I don't even know how we're going to have Christmas this year for my kids. And I literally just got on there and busted my butt and I sold some stuff. And next thing I knew, I was like, wow. Not only are our kids going to have a good Christmas, but my husband and I actually bought for ourselves. We shared gifts, and we haven't done that in years. And I'm sure many of you married couples probably feel the same. There's just times that you're just like, hey guys, I'm sorry, the kids are going to get what they get. And honey, me and you, we just can't get anything for each other. There's just no extra. So guys, you can do this. You really, truly can. If you are looking for a way out, not all these businesses are scams. You keep hearing, oh, direct sales, they're all scammy. It's not true. I am here to tell you that I'm sure if you've worked with me in the ER, you know that I've cut back my hours and I've been making it. Not only making it, but paying off the debt and getting out of that huge, I felt like I was in this hole, this complete hole that I just kept digging, and it would just keep covering me. And now I'm at the point where financially we are stable. We do have extra money at the end of our paychecks that come in. We are able to tell our children that they can be in things. We are able to say yes to those vacations. We're planning on a vacation in this year in August again for our anniversary, and we're taking the kids to Jamaica. And guys, what's important to you? Because these things are important to me. Our life goes by, being an ER nurse, you see it. It goes by in a flash. And you don't want to say that all your life you just spent away from your family working, and trying to get yourself out of debt. Okay, guys, I've talked your ear off enough. But if you have any questions at all, or you feel that you relate to what I'm saying and you want more information about my Amelia James business, which is a clothing business that I do, or you want any information just on direct sales period, just reach out to me. I'm going to put my link to my Amelia James page here. And sorry guys. And I'm also going to put my email here so that you guys can reach out at any time that you want to. But guys, it's changed my life. It's changed our life. And I will help you do the same if you feel that it's something that you want to do. I've been successful in a couple companies now, and I have left Lularoe to start up this other company, Amelia James clothing company, and I'm doing amazing with this one too. And it's just, if you want it, if it's something that you want for yourself and your family, you will have it. Okay, guys, just reach out to me if you have any questions. Thanks for listening. I know it was long. Have a great day.